Lost is on.
Welcome, everybody, to Bite Size Media, Bite Size Thursday, a subsidiary of Off Slate Media. We're watching Lost because it's good, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, this week's episode is the first of the three-part season finale. I believe it's called Exodus, right?
Yep.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Yes.
Anybody remember anything about it?
The sodding boat gets launched, I remember. And I think the others come. I think those are the two things. They're coming or something.
Yeah.
Because that's what this whole, the three-parter is about, is the others are coming for the baby, right?
Well.
Isn't that
yes.
part of it? Because they sent Clea back before she gave birth. So I'm guessing it's something to do with Aaron. But the others are coming, and then the raft is launching, and all the flashbacks in this are it's not one person anymore. It's everyone's flashbacks are all happening throughout this three-part. I remember that, and it tells me right there on Wikipedia it's various flashbacks. I always liked that, how they did that with the structure of the show, how throughout the season it's the one per episode, and then when you get to the end it's all of those linking up together to fulfill the story, the arcs of each season. And season 1 I remember being really good at all of it coming together at the end. I don't remember how well it does it outside of season 4 for the others. Well, we only have 2 more seasons of actual flashbacks, if I recall.
Yeah. And then it gets to sideways and backwards and
forward.
Under and through. That's how Pichu ties his shoes.
No, that's how Jacob ties his shoes.
Ah, I see what you did
see
there.
See what I did there?
Yeah.
I talked about things later in the show.
Yes.
Oops.
Just like Johnny Cash is in the show, too. Anyway.
Well, with that, are we ready to get into this episode?
Sure. Yeah.
All right. Aaron, do you have anything to say?
Sure. One of the more memorable characters in my mind has his moment during this finale.
Oh, he does.
Arts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Arnst.
Oh, Arnst. Yes. I thought you were going to say Michael there for a second.
No.
Oh, but construction.
I thought you were going to talk about Michael and share some construction criticism. Come on. That was good. Laugh harder.
No. Anyway, if we're ready to get into this episode, let's get lost. Welcome back, everybody. That was the first part of Exodus. And what did we think?
I keep waiting for Exodus, Gods and Kings. We saw that in theaters together.
I've been
what a
movie.
Yeah. Anyway, don't need to.
I've been kind of thinking about watching that again, but then I just don't.
Yeah, it was. Well, that's a different story for a different time. We're talking about Lost.
How many times did we get to see Sawyer oiled up and shirtless this episode?
Not enough. Whoo!
Yeah. I don't know about oiled up, but
I was just gonna say it like cuts to him chopping that bamboo. And he's grunting, and I was like, "Holy crap! Look at that bod. He does not have that much hair on that bod, and that's like human silk right there."
He probably shaves quite a bit
on the island.
Maybe just takes a bath in there.
Something. Huh. But you're on the island. What does he use? Do they probably have some razor blades, or he probably could find a magnifying glass and just like burn them off real slowly.
I mean, if you think about it, they've not been on the island that long.
It's been a month.
Has it even been a month?
It's been a couple weeks. It's got to be about a month.
About a month.
You've seen the season 1 like 7 times, right? You've talked about it throughout this.
Yeah.
So it's probably been about a month at this point. Probably about 40 days, something like that.
I'm remembering what I think is an episode title, and season 2, it's like the other 40 some days or something like that.
So yeah, it's
Yeah, I
probably
remember
30 to 40
the
days
other
at this point.
45 days or something like that. Yeah.
Which, when you're on the island and you don't have a sense of time, it feels longer even than that. And that's not a short amount of time. But I can't imagine being somewhere where you just lose track of days and times. Like, I couldn't imagine. I would not do well in their situation. Not at all. I'd probably be the first. I'd be the first. I know you would.
I would not do well.
We would probably be the first ones eating when we run out of food.
We were. I got a lot of blubber on me.
Well, good. We'll use that for the lamps. They use my hair for warmth.
You were talking about when they were stepping over that tree, walking up the beach. You were like, I'd trip on that. And I was like, I wouldn't even try.
Yeah, see, you'd be smart. Also, like, you'd be like, yeah, nope. Me, I'd be like, I'll be fine. And at least it's sand. I'd be falling face first into. It'd be pretty funny.
Maybe we could make a Lost comedy.
I mean, parts of it are a comedy.
That's fair.
I was going to say, I probably brought it up in the previous weeks. I did have someone say to me the other day, I was in an area with a bunch of people, and they're like, I just started watching Lost with some friends. You look just like Hugo. I go, well, thank you. And she goes, yeah, it's a compliment. He's great. I go, yeah, I have actually had someone say that to me before. I think it's mostly like the hair and the beard, being a larger person.
Your face isn't as round.
It's not. He's bigger than I am. But, yeah, I probably brought that up in previous weeks. I just thought, that's funny because I then told her, like, oh, my friends and I are also watching through Lost right now. So I just thought that was fun. Good old Hurley there with the best line of the whole episode where he's like, Arts, and it's like, no, it's Arts. Why don't you just go by your first name, dude? I remember it from the manifest. No, how about we don't? But he's like, well, I can't remember Arts. A bunch of ninth graders can, but Leslie's a bitchin' name. He's like, Arts will do. Arts. I keep screwing it up. It is hard to say. Arts.
Yeah.
Arts. Arts.
It'd be funny if they released some kind of like production notes, and it's just they had to change the name. It was Arnst originally, and they just changed the name to make it hard to say.
It is funny.
There is some of the show where it's like, did you just write it that way so that you could make this hard to understand?
It is funny too. We know what happens to him. Without saying it here, it will come up soon. But he wasn't even introduced until last week?
Yeah.
Yeah. Where he's like, you can't, you know, the thing, whatever, monsoon season's coming. Well, when are we supposed to leave? Yesterday. And then they even say, like, you're a high school chemistry teacher. And it's like, yeah, well, Michael's in construction.
It's more believable than construction that he would understand what's happening within Dynamite.
Yeah, it's just funny. We know what happens to him, and he's not in the show much, and they bring him. And I thought he showed up earlier in that, just once or twice. Nope, It's literally he comes out of nowhere talking to them like nothing's different. Either of you seen The Room?
You mean like the
Tommy Wiseau?
No.
You've never seen it?
Well, no. A long time ago.
There is a prominent character through most of the movie that all of a sudden is not in the movie, and there's a different character with his lines who just all of a sudden is there. And it's because the actor had a scheduling conflict and couldn't finish the shoot because the shoot went long. So all of a sudden they're talking to this random guy like we're supposed to know him. It's not as bad as that, but when Arts showed up last week, it's like, who are you? What? What? Who's this?
Yeah, but there's also the thing where there's 40 people on that beach. Like, we're constantly seeing people we've never seen before. I mean, we do it while we're watching the. Who's that?
It was just funny. It's like it's how the show treats it too. There's no introduction for the audience. It's just he's there. Because then it's like, you needed to leave before, and we're like, who's this? And then like, you're a teacher, Arts, and it's like, I guess that's his name. It's just funny. They don't have time because he's not as important as the main cast, the main ensemble. So they kind of just have to chuck him in there for now before he is no longer on the show.
Goes to pieces.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm an endings person too, as we've talked about many times across.
Maybe that's why TV is difficult for you. It doesn't end for a very, very long time sometimes.
What I have found is the beginnings of seasons, I'm like, okay. And then the middle, I start to go, yeah, I still like it. I'm just it kind of feels lackadaisical. But then this episode, right away, it's go time. And that's why I love season finales and show finales, like most people do, is because, it's go time. It's go, go, go. We're not sitting around flashing back to Kate doing something stupid, or Jack crying, or Sawyer making his mugging faces with that beautiful face. It's just, now it's like, nope. Rousseau shows up right away. Hey, Black Smoke's here, and they see it, and it's like, let's go. So I was feeling it this time. It's been a couple weeks where I was like, yeah, this is good, but it's me and TV. But then this episode was like, yeah.
Speaking of the Kate flashbacks, I just that ever since I discovered that the Marshal is the yellow-eyed demon from Supernatural, that show conditioned me to hate that man. It's so funny.
I've never seen Supernatural.
It's great. Well, the first 5 seasons are great.
And then the next 10 are
hit or miss.
Yeah, whenever people say you should watch Supernatural, it's like, I don't really want to watch a show that has 5 good seasons and then 10 meh seasons that are all like, aren't they all like 20-some episode seasons and they're all 40-some minute episodes? It's like, that is so much time in my life that I don't want to spend with that.
And yet you're watching Smallville.
That's different. It started as a favor to a friend, not you, and then it became you saying you have to finish now. And also, it's shorter.
I had to finish. You have to finish.
Yep, and it's shorter than Supernatural by at least 100 episodes.
You want to hear something crazy?
What?
They're talking about coming back for a 16th season.
It is popular enough. I know a lot of people that love Supernatural. Most of them, though, my favorite thing to do is they say, I love Supernatural. Oh, have you finished? No. Where are you? Season 10, 11. Are you going to finish one day? Eventually. It's a slog. I go, mm-hmm. Why do you think I don't want to watch it?
I think I'm on 13.
Yeah, you haven't even finished.
Yeah.
When did the show end? Like 2017? Didn't it run like 02 to 17? Something like that.
No, not 02.
I thought it was that
like
early.
04 to like 2020.
Gotcha. Yeah, it's been 5 years since the show ended, and I bet you majority of, not the mega fans, but a majority of the casual fans have not finished that show. Or they skipped a bunch and then finished.
That would be funny.
People
They
do
just
that.
skip 10 seasons and watch the last season.
I mean, people have probably done that. And unfortunately, there are shows where sometimes you do that and it doesn't make a difference.
To be fair, friend of the podcast, Drew, I don't know if he's ever watched the last episode of X-Files.
Really? Did Vince come back for the last episode? Because he left the show, but did he ever come back to finish it?
I don't think he did. I don't think Vince would have let that show end like that had he come back.
Because he shifted to Breaking Bad, right? Didn't
Yes.
Breaking Bad start before X-Files ended? Breaking Bad started in 08, I believe. 07 or
Are
08.
you talking about the reboot season of X-Files?
No. Didn't the original run of the
X-Files.
show...
X-Files didn't go all the way to 08, did it?
I wonder. I'm not... Because I don't know that much about the X-Files.
I was pretty sure it went to like 2000.
Yeah, I thought it was going up to that far. I know there's that 2018 season. Oh, there's 2 seasons. There's 2 reboot seasons. Okay, no, it ended in 02. For some reason, I thought it ran into Breaking Bad, but Vince left long before it was done.
I think he left when Mulder left. I think.
Yeah, well, interesting.
But regardless, have I ever told you that story, Drew's X-Files ending story?
I don't think so.
I kind of want to leave it for him to tell you. I will.
Gotcha.
Next time he's on the podcast, have me have him tell you.
Have him tell you.
Have him tell you the story of the last episode of X-Files.
I will ask. I feel like he's told it now that you bring it up, but still, I would listen to Drew tell any story. I'd let Drew read the ingredients on a Lay's bag.
That's fair.
Yeah.
It's fair.
Back to Lost though. I know it's hard to talk too much when this is a multi-part episode, and it's only a third of it, but that's a good way to start a finale. Like, and imagine having to wait a week where it's like nothing's like a big cliffhanger, but it's still like this big triumphant moment. And I remember sitting here. I remember it was not that long ago. Sitting here going, there's going to be one little tease because we have to make sure we give the people something to come back next week more than they already were, and it's that one shot of the smoke, which very, very effective device.
Really, I thought it was kind of the smoke itself is
the smoke
effective.
itself.
The cut back to it.
Oh, the cut
was kind of weird.
It's because it's tacked on.
Not as weird as that Locke Russo cut.
Where Russo is removing her shirt, her outer shirt. She has a long sleeve shirt on and like a tank top underneath, and she removes the shirt, and then it cuts to Locke like staring down at her, and I was like, what is he looking at? And then it's because they're looking at her scars on the inside of her elbows. I was like, that was just an awkward thing to cut to.
I mean,
it's funny.
They're kind of about the same age, aren't they?
Probably. She's probably about your age, not much older than you, and then he's got to be in his 50s.
That's hard. That's hard to think that she's my age. That
It's
really
probably
is
something
hard
like
to
that.
think.
It's just really funny to think about, like, when I said that when I was watching this at, like, 14 years old, 15 years old, she was so old to me that's like, wow, man, she's really old. And then now it's like, she's not that old. Not at all.
Yeah.
I was saying about the smoke, though, like, ticking time bombs are already very effective when done well, but that one, like, when it's something in the distance and it's like it's this harbinger of something, like, it's so effective. Every time they show it, I was getting a little like, oh, I know it happens mostly, but it's like that's working really well, and it's not that far away.
Have they revealed yet that the monster is smoke?
I don't think so. I don't think we've seen it. Still, we've been near it a couple times, but I don't think we've ever seen it.
I just think it's partially because I know what the monster is. It's just funny that it used to have like footsteps.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Like they really leaned into the whole "it's a dinosaur" thing.
No, dinosaur.
Dinosaur.
Yeah, I'm trying to say it like Goldblum. Dinosaur.
Yeah.
You have to do that. He talks with his hands. Dinosaur.
What is it like? If the water rolls backwards, it's chaos.
Chaos theory. You want to see a good Goldblum impression? David Duchovny, speaking of X-Files, David Duchovny's Jeff Goldblum impression on SNL Celebrity Jeopardy is
David Duchovny
so good.
Is a lot funnier than I ever gave him credit for.
Yeah. There's just something about people who are, we've said it, serious actors tend to be really funny people. And then funny people, like comedians, tend to be really serious. Not all the time, but it's just funny how and it makes sense.
Like Jim Carrey.
Like Jim Carrey's a very serious person. It seems like, and I think Robin Williams was also a pretty serious person. I think he was still a ball of energy, but still, I think he was a lot more serious of a person.
That one's hard to believe.
Robin Williams?
Yeah.
Again, I think the energy's there, but I think behind the scenes, I think we know he's a pretty troubled person.
Mm-hmm. Oh, obviously.
Yeah, and so I think he was a pretty serious person. You know what I'm trying to say?
Mm-hmm.
Like, seems like a really smart person, too.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, that's all I got to say about Exodus Part 1, because we have another, hour and a half left of the season and this finale to talk about stuff. But we found the ship.
Yeah.
I almost got to the Black Rock.
Yeah. I was thinking about that. How do you think that got there?
Water.
But, it's in the middle of the island.
Tides.
It's in the middle of the island.
High tides.
Real high tides.
That's all I'd say.
I suppose.
But that is It's a good way to end that little snippet right there. That part of that perspective of the story. You find the ship, then you launch the sodding bout, and then you get to tease the smoke. They know how to structure a TV show. Right now, we'll see what happens. Right now, like this, I remember this being probably, in my opinion, the second best season, third best, like a top 3 of the 6 seasons for sure. It's a good season.
I remember this being the kind of the height of its popularity, maybe season 2 a little bit,
Yeah,
but I
feel
think
like
they lost people in the hatch. I know they lost you in the hatch.
2 is 2. Oh, I'm looking at 2's numbers. They start really high, like higher than 1, like in the 20s, and then by about halfway through it starts to drop. Oh, and then it starts to not plummet. It's still a good number, but yeah, the penultimate episode, well, not quite the penultimate, but the episode before the 2-part finale is like the lowest it's been, like out of both seasons, because again they're just sitting there. But then the finale brought it back up, and then 3 is much lower. So yeah, the height of Lost is right now through like the first like 10 of season 2, is like the popularity hype of the early seasons. Oh yeah, just yep. We're at the peak right now, viewership wise. So yeah.
All right. How about you, Aaron? You got anything to say?
No.
Maybe one day. Maybe one day, viewers. Maybe one day we'll get Aaron to speak. But until then, that's all we got for the finale of season 1 of Lost, Exodus Part 1. Tomorrow, wow. Next week, next Thursday, we will be covering a Part 2 of the season finale. But until then, Jared, where can they find us?
You can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, the funny TikTok, and X,
formerly known as Twitter.
And you can listen to us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and hey, if it's YouTube, like, subscribe, comment, ring that notification bell. Make sure you check us out and rate us on all those apps. Oh, and swing by our groovy website.
And with that, we'll bid you all adieu as we get lost.